Welcome to MindPages, turning books into wisdom.
Imagine this. You're 17 years old, at the absolute peak of your strength, and then, in a single flash, a baseball bat slips from a friend's hands and strikes you right in the face. Now, this isn't just some made-up story. It's the real, honest-to-goodness start of James Clear's journey. We're talking broken bones, machines just to keep him alive. And he didn't rebuild his life with some huge grand gesture overnight. No, he did it through these tiny atomic actions, making his bed, going to sleep a little earlier, hitting the gym, day in and day out. You see, each one of those small choices was like planting a seed for a quiet revolution. So welcome to the world of atomic habits. In this explainer, we're not going to talk about setting massive, life-altering goals. Instead, we're going to focus on the tiny, almost invisible units that really, truly shape our lives. We're going to talk about the extraordinary power of getting just 1% better each day. Let's dive in and see how these atomic habits can lead to some seriously remarkable results. Okay, Section 1, Systems over Goals. We're always taught that to change our lives, we have to think big. But what if the key to success isn't the goal itself? This brings us to a huge idea: the importance of systems over goals. We live in this culture that's obsessed with results, right? Set these grand goals, lose the weight, earn the money, write the book. But here's a powerful thought. Winners and losers, they often have the exact same goals. So the real difference isn't the ambition. The real difference lies in the systems they build. See, a goal is a target. It's that single moment of achievement. A system, on the other hand, is the process you follow every single day. A coach doesn't win by staring at the scoreboard. They win by focusing on the daily practice. If you just focus on your system, the results, well, they'll take care of themselves. And this leads to one of the best ideas in the book. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. It's brilliant. A tiny improvement today might feel completely invisible. A single workout won't transform your body. Reading one page won't make you a genius. But over time, these small, consistent actions compound into something truly massive. And here it is, the magic number, 1%. This isn't about a 100% overhaul of your life. It's about finding a way to get just 1% better every single day. It's manageable, it's sustainable, and its long-term effect is almost unbelievable. The math behind this is just staggering. Getting 1% better each day for a year doesn't just make you 365% better. No, the compounding effect makes you nearly 38 times better. Conversely, a tiny 1% decline each day, a single poor choice repeated, trends you almost all the way down to zero. The crucial point is this: time will magnify whatever you feed it.
So, Section 2, Habits that Shape Identity. Understanding the power of small gains is one thing, but actually putting it into practice, that's another. So if the logic is so simple, why is it so hard to build good habits and break bad ones? Well, it's because we often focus on the wrong thing. We focus on what we want to achieve instead of who we want to become.
Just consider this profound shift in mindset. Imagine two people are offered a cigarette. The first one says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." This person still sees themselves as a smoker who is resisting. The second one says, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker." It's a subtle shift in language, but the change in identity is massive. Their behavior is now just a reflection of who they are. This is one of the most powerful ideas in the whole book. Let it sink in. Habits aren't just a means to an end. They are the path to shaping your identity. Every single time you perform a habit, you are casting a vote, building up evidence for a particular identity. It works just like this. Every time you make your bed, you cast a vote for being an organized person. Every time you write one page, you cast a vote for being a writer. See, the goal isn't to write a book, it's to become a writer. The book is just a byproduct of the identity you've built through all those small, repeated actions. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Section 3, the mechanics of habit. Now that we understand the what and the why, let's explore the how. We spend nearly half of our lives on total autopilot, just running on programs we've written over years. So to change these programs, the very first step has to be awareness. You can't change a habit if you don't even realize you're doing it. James Clear brings up this fascinating system from Japan's railway network. To increase safety, conductors use a method called pointing and calling. They literally point at a signal, call out its status aloud, like "signal is green," and only then do they proceed. This simple act of verbalizing the action takes an unconscious habit and makes it a conscious choice. And get this, it's been shown to reduce errors by up to 85%.
So how do we make those difficult habits more attractive? We can use a technique called temptation bundling. The rule is simple. You just pair an action you need to do with an action you want to do. For example, after I finish my work calls for the hour, that's the need, I will get to check my social media for 5 minutes, that's the want. You're basically tricking your brain into anticipating the reward, which makes the hard work a whole lot more appealing.
All right, Section 4, Mastering the Long Game. Now, once you've started a new habit, the greatest enemy to your success isn't failure, it's boredom. Motivation naturally fades over time. The pros are the ones who show up and stick to the schedule even when they really don't feel like it.
To stay engaged, we need to operate in what's called the Goldilocks zone. It's where a task is not too easy, which leads to boredom, and not too hard, which leads to failure and frustration. The sweet spot is a challenge that is just on the edge of your current abilities. That's what keeps you engaged and motivated to keep going.
Look, perfection is impossible. You will have bad days. You'll miss a workout or eat junk food. The golden rule is this: never miss twice. The first miss is an accident, an anomaly. But the second miss, well, that's the beginning of a new negative habit. So if you miss a day, you do everything in your power to get back on track the very next day, even if it's just a small step.
Okay, Section 5, your first atomic step. So what have we learned? The key isn't some single heroic effort. The key is to focus on who you want to become, to repeat tiny actions that vote for that identity, and to just commit to that small 1% improvement day in and out.
Success isn't a sudden leap to the summit. It's built brick by brick, step by step. Atomic habits are those quiet, unassuming stairs. Each one seems completely insignificant, but they are the only real path that leads you to the top.
So I'll leave you with this question. Not what grand goal you'll set for next year, but what small 2-minute action can you take today that casts a vote for the person you want to become?
If you found this breakdown helpful, please subscribe to MindPages for more deep dives into fascinating topics. Thanks for spending your time with us, and we'll see